Welcome back to America Decides. The judge overseeing the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia has ordered the Justice Department to respond to all outstanding requests from his attorneys no later than today. So we'll be watching for developments in that case. Our own Major Garrett sat down with Arizona Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego this weekend to discuss that case of the mistakenly deported Maryland man and the future of American immigration policy. Here's some of their conversation.
Let me talk to you about immigration. Do you have any...
Arizona? No, never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any thoughts on Kilmar Abrego Garcia?
Well, look, I think everyone that is here in this country, they need to go through a due process, whether they've come legally or they've violated the law, or through the process that Kilmar is. My opposition to anyone being deported is that, again, we have to make sure that we're deporting the right people and that they've had the opportunity to be in front of a judge.
And when the administration labels Kilmar Abrego Garcia alternately as a wife beater, a terrorist, a gangbanger, you say?
Go to the judge, prove that, and if that's the case, get him out of here.
But prove it.
Well, that's what we do for everything, right? You know, look, every person...
How would you evaluate their efforts to do that thus far?
I think, in general, what we've seen across the board is that this administration is skipping due process in order to just get bigger numbers.
Are you hearing from your constituents that they're noticing crossings are down and that their lives are better?
We do hear that crossings are down. Now, the other concerns they have is trade. They do see trade going down. These are communities that make a lot of money from border trade, from Mexican nationals legally crossing the border every day to go shopping, buy goods, go back. There's also a lot of concern about people being deported that should not be deported.
Being swept up.
Being swept up, exactly.
So you're hearing that from your community?
Yeah, we're hearing that from people in the business community, especially, farming community, the home building community. And what they're saying is they understand that there's a problem, but what they would want is a solution that gives these people an opportunity to stay here if they have no criminal record, if they're going to pay a fine, not willing, they have to pay a fine. And that at least they're here for a couple years and they're not here permanently.
Is what you're hearing cutting into the political support for the president in Arizona? Any buyer's remorse?
So I would say the biggest buyer's remorse is happening with Latino supporters. What I saw this last election, for example, Latino male voters voted for me and for Donald Trump. I think because he and I had some alignment when it comes to border policy. I've been able to hold that support, and a lot of these Latino male voters are saying to me, this is not what we voted for. We wanted border security. We did want deportations of bad people, gangbangers, things of that nature, but we didn't want the mom to be deported from their child, right? And so that's where largely the buyer...
Or even the mom and the citizen child together, because the administration says, well, we're going to keep them together. Yeah. That's a mom's choice.
Exactly. And the other area, by the way, is business. A lot of businessmen and women are concerned about the economy. We are a border state. We're a richer state because of border trade. And some of the decisions the president has made is costing us jobs already.
Philosophically, what do you think the Democratic Party needs to do in this moment?
Well, look, I think we can't just be the never-Trumpers. I think we can't just be the opposition, and I think it's important that we are that. But we also need to lay out our positions that people understand where the Democratic Party is when it comes to economics, when it comes to trade, when it comes to national security, when it comes to border policy.
From a perception point of view, writ large, does the Democratic Party have a weakness problem?
I think we have a problem that we look out of touch sometimes, and
out of touch economically, out of touch culturally, out of touch.
I think of the trifecta, unfortunately, and I think we need to align our real base of voters with where we are politically, because a lot of times we're really trying to answer to the most extreme version of our party versus where your normal Democrat is. Your normal Democrat is someone that believes in safe streets, safe schools, and a secure border.
What's a Trump Gallego voter sound like? And what do they tell you?
So most Trump Gallego voters are actually apolitical in general.
Okay.
They're not very into, they're not political nerds, and actually most Americans aren't, right?
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah. They're very much about security, economic security, personal family security, border security. they think of themselves as moderates. And if you talk to them, they are very moderate in a lot of positions, but maybe they're a little extreme here and a little extreme there. But they're overall fairly open-minded. And they are willing to give people a shot. I think the Trump Gallego voter last year gave me a shot. And if I don't, perform, they won't necessarily vote for me again. But they're not, I think, as closed-minded as people think they are.
As maybe some Democrats think they are.
Yes, as some Democrats think they are, or even some Republicans think they are.
I mean, the message to your party, I'm guessing, is
don't be afraid to talk to them.
Our thanks to Senator Gallego. We'll have more of Major's interviews from the Sedona Forum throughout the week.